A tiger gets claws. A turtle gets armor. A bird gets wings. A squid gets ink, which is basically aquatic smoke bomb nonsense. Then humans show up. Soft skin, tiny teeth, no claws, no shell, no venom, no wings. Just a sweaty ape standing in the grass with big eyes and a rock he definitely found 5 minutes ago. Nature looked at every animal and said, "Here, take a weapon." Then it looked at humans and said, "You get anxiety." And somehow this is the animal that took over the planet. Here is the weird part. The evolution of humans is usually told like an upgrade story. Like we slowly leveled up from confused forest goblin to planet manager. Look at the body, and it does not scream final boss. It screams side character who wandered into the wrong biome. Put one naked human in prehistoric nature. No spear, no fire, no shoes, no friend nearby yelling bad advice. A leopard looks at that and thinks lunch. A mosquito looks at that and thinks open buffet. A cold night looks at that and thinks free win. The human can think about philosophy. Amazing. The leopard does not care. The leopard is not waiting for your TED Talk. And the baby version is worse. A baby horse can stand up in a few hours. A baby human arrives like a potato with lungs. It cannot walk. It cannot feed itself. It cannot defend itself. It cannot even hold its own head up. It just lies there, leaking from several places, screaming like it saw the tax system. If survival were a character select screen, baby human would have 1 star in everything except noise. Noise is maxed out. So why did this work? Why did the soft ape win? Because humans were never a great solo build. Humans were a group problem. 1 human alone is cooked. 5 humans with rocks are annoying. 20 humans with fire are a situation. And nature hates a situation. Start with the obvious embarrassment, the body. Humans are not useless. We can walk far. We can sweat, which is disgusting but useful. Our hands are insanely good at tiny movements. Our shoulders let us throw things hard and accurately. So no, the human body is not trash. Next to specialisticious. Cheetah speed, gorilla strength, eagle sky knife, crocodile handbag from hell, turtle armor included, human skin DLC not installed. A prehistoric human standing next to those animals has 0 aura, maybe negative aura, aura dead. Then the human bends down, picks up a rock, and suddenly the room gets weird, because a claw is stuck to the animal. A rock is not stuck to anyone. A spear is not stuck to anyone. A sharp flake is not stuck to anyone. If a claw breaks, the tiger has a bad day. If a spear breaks, the human makes another spear and blames Gary. There is always a Gary. Every tribe had one guy who broke the tool and said, "It was already like that." First dirty trick. Not a magic cheat, not a video game cheat. A dirty, practical, prehistoric cheat. Humans started putting survival outside the body. Cold. Do not wait a million years to grow better fur. Take fur from something else. Weak teeth. Do not evolve a bare mouth. Cook the food until your sad little jaw can handle it. No claws. Hit rocks together. Miss. Cut your thumb. Pretend that was part of the method. Hit more rocks. Eventually one edge gets sharp and everyone acts like you are a genius. Half of technology probably started like that. One ape hurt himself and another ape said, "Wait, do that again, but toward the deer." Early humans and human relatives were making tools for a very long time. Stone tools, bone tools, scrapers, cutters, points. All these ugly little objects that say my body is weak, but my hand found a loophole. And the tools did not need to be beautiful. They just needed to work. A sharp rock does not need branding. It does not need a launch trailer. It just needs to make lunch stop running. Imagine being an animal watching this happen. Yesterday the ape was cold, hungry, and making scared noises. Today the ape has fire. Fire. Not warm fur. Not night vision. Not bigger teeth. 6 years will glowing danger sitting in a circle while the apes stare at it like proud idiots. A lion sees fire and thinks, "Why is the weak one holding the sun?" Deeply rude behavior. Fire changed everything. It gave warmth. It gave light. It helped with cooking. It scared animals away. It turned night from everyone panic into everyone sit here and gossip beside the spicy orange thing. And gossip matters. That sounds stupid, but stay with it. A lone animal learns what it learns. A human group hoards information like drama. One old woman remembers where water is because she nearly died there. One kid knows which berries made his cousin throw up for 2 days. One guy knows how to tie a knot because he spent an entire afternoon failing in public. One auntie knows who is lying because she has been clocking weird behavior since birth. The group keeps all of that. Culture, before anyone gave it a fancy name. It is not a museum word. It is not a serious little chapter title. It is one person saying, "Do not eat that mushroom. Steve ate it and started arguing with a tree." And now everyone knows. Insane bargain. A body dies. A memory can stay. A wolf pup has instincts. A human kid has elders saying, "Here is how not to become a skeleton by Thursday." The kid still eats dirt. Of course. Kids are kids. Ancient kids were not tiny philosophers. They were probably licking rocks and losing the good spear. They could copy, though. And copying is overpowered. A bird can build a nest. Beautiful. A human can watch one guy make a better shelter, steal the idea, add a worse roof, complain about the rain, and accidentally improve the whole neighborhood. Messy. Embarrassing. Extremely effective. This is where the weak body idea starts making sense. Humans did not have to carry every answer inside muscle and bone. They could carry answers in tools, habits, stories, warnings, and that one grandpa who refuses to stop explaining a river bend. Grandpa is annoying. Grandpa is also data storage. Do not underestimate prehistoric grandpa. He has seen 3 people get bitten by the same type of snake, and he is ready to make that everyone's problem. Now add walking. Humans walking upright looks normal to us because everyone does it. Still, it is strange. Most mammals did not choose this weird vertical nonsense. Standing upright freed the hands. Hands could carry food, carry babies, carry tools, throw things. Point at danger. Point at the guy who caused the danger. Pointing is underrated. A chimp can be strong. A bear can be huge. A human can point and say, "That thing, over there." Bad. That tiny gesture is a whole upgrade. Because once you can point, you can coordinate. Once you can coordinate, 1 weak ape becomes 10 weak apes moving like a bad idea with legs. One guy throws a rock, misses completely. Everyone sees it. Awkward silence. Then, 5 more people pick up rocks. Now, the leopard has to decide whether lunch is worth attending a meeting. A lot of human power is just making other animals do extra math. If a deer sees a wolf, it knows the assignment. Run. If a deer sees 1 human, maybe run. If it sees 6 humans walking strangely quietly from different directions, now the deer is in a horror movie with no soundtrack. The deer is not thinking civilization. The deer is thinking, why are the weird skinny apes networking? The nightmare is the networking. Humans networked. Not LinkedIn. Worse, real networking. The kind where your cousin knows a river, your uncle knows a cliff, your neighbor has sharp rocks, and one loud idiot is willing to run first. Every group needs the loud idiot. The loud idiot is dangerous but sometimes useful. He sees a giant animal and says, "I got this." He does not got this. Now everyone knows where the animal is. Contribution. And yes, human evolution involved real trade-offs. There was no single button labeled "Make human." No one factor explains everything. Food mattered. Walking mattered. Hands mattered. Tools mattered. Fire mattered. Babies mattered. Climate mattered. Social life mattered. Luck mattered. Bad decisions that accidentally worked probably mattered too. Evolution is not a clean engineer. Evolution is more like someone fixing a cart while it is already rolling downhill. Good enough. Keep it. Bad but not instantly fatal. Also keep it. Weird side effect. Congratulations, that is your body now. Humans became a strange bundle for this reason. We have big brains, but big brains are expensive. The human brain is only a small part of the body, but it burns a huge amount of energy. Your brain is basically a hungry little goblin in your skull demanding snacks so it can overthink eye contact. And the big brain creates another problem. Babies, big head, narrow-ish pelvis from walking upright, difficult birth, helpless infant, long childhood, parents exhausted since the Stone Age. This is not a small issue. A human baby is a long-term subscription you cannot cancel. Other animals are born like, I am ready. Human baby is born like, I will need support, milk, warmth, protection, teaching, and emotional damage for the next 15 years. From a solo survival view, that sounds horrible. From a group view, it starts to make sense. Long childhood gives time to learn, and humans have a stupid amount to learn. How to make tools, how to track animals, how to read footprints, how to start fire, how to not eat the screaming mushroom, how to understand who is angry, who is lying, who is flirting badly, and who definitely stole the marrow bone. Not instinct only, social learning. The tribe carries the kid until the kid can carry the tribe's nonsense forward. And the kid learns by watching, mostly watching adults fail. An adult tries to chip stone, chip flies wrong, adult bleeds. Adult says, I meant to do that. Kid learns 2 things. 1, sharp stone works. 2, adults are liars. Both are useful. Now, do not turn this into, ancient humans were dumb. Wrong take. They were not dumb. They were doing difficult survival math every day with no grocery store, no weather app, no hospital, and no one to text you up. When a hyena was outside, they had to read land, read animals, read faces, remember seasons, make tools, share food, raise children, avoid infection, move when the land stopped feeding them. Not dumb, locked in. The joke is not that ancient humans were stupid. The joke is that the drawings should look stupid because the situation is stupid. A soft ape with a forehead problem is trying to bully nature using teamwork and cooked meat. Funny. Also basically us. Now look at Neanderthals. People love using Neanderthal like it means dumb cave gym bro. Wrong. Neanderthals were not NPCs. They made tools. They used fire. They hunted large animals. They survived brutal environments. They had brains, skills, and bodies that would make a modern office worker fold instantly. If a Neanderthal walked into your gym, nobody would say primitive. They would say, please do not deadlift my car. So the story is not simple. Homo sapiens did not win because everyone else was stupid. The ancient world had multiple human relatives, multiple strategies, and a lot of brutal conditions. Homo sapiens had a nasty combo. Not strongest, not fastest, not best claws, just very good at stacking advantages. Stack 1 hands, stack 2 tools, stack 3 fire, stack 4 language, stack 5 teaching, stack 6 groups, stack 7 stories so convincing people will walk into danger together. That last one is not small. A group can do crazy things if everyone believes the same plan, even if the plan is bad. Especially if the plan is bad. Prehistoric group planning probably had the same energy as a bad group project. One person actually knows what is happening. One person brought the tool. One person is asking obvious questions. One person is there because his cousin invited him. One person says, trust me. Never trust that person. And yet the group gets things done. Very human. We are the animal that can turn confusion into a meeting into a plan, and a plan into 6 people chasing dinner with pointy sticks. Was the plan always good? No, some plans were probably catastrophic. Some guy absolutely said, I think we can take the mammoth. And someone else said, with what? And he held up a stick with way too much confidence. Zero evidence for that exact conversation. Emotionally true, though. The important part is that humans could learn from disaster. A bad hunt becomes a warning becomes a story becomes a rule becomes tradition. Do not stand there when the mammoth turns. Culture, not fancy. Useful. written in fear, and this is where the body starts looking less like a bad build and more like a weird trade. No claws but hands. No fur but fire and clothing. No huge jaws but cooking. No armor but shelters. No speed crown but endurance and planning. No solo dominance but the ability to make a group act like one bigger animal. A lion is a lion. A human group is a lion made of gossip, rocks, smoke, snacks, and one guy named Gary who keeps touching things. Gary needs supervision. Gary also found the weird route that stops hunger for 3 hours. Keep Gary. The funniest thing is that humans still have this weak, alone, strong together pattern. One modern human hears a weird noise at night and becomes a statue. Same species can build bridges, satellites, cities, vaccines, and comment sections that should be studied by future archaeologists as evidence of collapse. Alone, we panic because the jacket on the chair looked like a person. Together, we landed machines on Mars. Not a normal animal arc. A meme with bones. And the body still carries old receipts. Back pain, bad knees, wisdom teeth causing drama, birth being dangerous, brains that need constant food but still forget why we walked into a room. This is not sleek design. This is survival duct tape. It worked, but it did not become elegant. You are not a clean final product. You are a stack of old fixes wearing shoes. The humans are weak. Idea needs the right framing. Humans are not weak in every way. That would be wrong. Humans are physically strange, vulnerable, and not built like specialist predators. We are not supposed to be judged like a tiger. Judging a human without tools, group, memory, and culture is like judging a spider after stealing the web. Of course it looks awkward. You remove the whole scam. And yes, it is a scam. A beautiful scam. Nature gave other animals body weapons. Humans showed up with removable weapons and a suspicious amount of teamwork. A tiger cannot hand its claws to another tiger. A human can hand a spear to his nervous cousin and say, "Stand over there and look brave." The cousin does not look brave. The cousin looks like he is buffering. Now there are 2 spears. That matters. The human upgrade was never just the body. It was body plus object plus friend plus memory plus story plus fire plus. Do not eat that. Steve cried for 2 days. Ogly magic. It is not clean. It is not heroic. It is not the shiny evolution poster where everyone walks proudly from ape to office worker. It is more like a soft ape picks up a rock. Another soft ape copies him badly. A child watches. An old woman says, "No, hit it this way." Someone burns dinner. Everyone realizes cooked food is better. Someone brings home the wrong berry. Everyone learns a lesson. Someone tells the lesson badly. The next generation remembers enough of it to not die immediately. Repeat that for a very long time. Now you have humans. Not the strongest animal. Not the fastest animal. Not the toughest animal. The animal that keeps receipts. The animal that points. The animal that copies. The animal that lies, teaches, argues, panics, plans, and then somehow turns a bad idea into a tradition. Our weird weakness is not a bug in the story. It is the whole punchline. Evolution did not make a perfect predator. It made a nervous ape that can call backup. And once the backup arrives, the forest has a problem. A very loud problem. With sticks.